Welcome to the Steve Ames Show with guitarist Sandy Renda, pianist Mike Yanuzzi, and my special guests, singer Donnie Fararro and producer Joey G. And now, on with the show. Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? If the words sound queer and funny to your ear, a little bit jumbled and jivey, sing mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. Oh, mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Now if the words sound queer and funny to your ear, a little bit jumbled and jivey, sing mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. Oh, mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Mares Eat Oats, a little novelty song written by Milton Drake, Al Hoffman, and Jerry Livingston. And now let's meet the two mighty musicians at the guitar, Sandy Renda. And at the keyboard, Mike Yanuzzi. Jazz lovers all over the world are celebrating the centennial of jazz singer Billie Holiday, who was born on April 7th, 1915 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Billie Holiday made many records, but only one movie. In 1947, Billie Holiday and Louis Armstrong appeared in the United Artists film New Orleans, and they both introduced this song written by Louis Alter and Eddie DeLange. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans and miss it each night and day? I know I'm not wrong, the feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay away. Miss the moss-covered vines, the tall sugar pines, where mockingbirds used to sing. And I'd like to see the lazy Mississippi a-hurrying into spring. Oh, the moonlight on the bayou, a Creole tune that fills the air. I dream about magnolias in June, and soon I'm wishing that I was there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans when that's where you left your heart? And there's something more, I miss the one I care for more than I miss New Orleans. Oh, the moonlight on the bayou, a Creole tune that fills the air. I dream about magnolias in June, and soon I'm wishing that I was there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans when that's where you left your heart? And there's something more, I miss the one I care for more than I miss New Orleans. Sandy Randa.
Hey, nice to be back.
Mike Yanuzzi, thank you for all the terrific music. I enjoy performing with you guys immensely, I must say so. And I know you're both extremely busy when you're not performing on the Steve Ames Show. You have so many other engagements and projects. Tell us about it.
Well, right now we're rehearsing for a big festival that we do every year. And we get a nice turnout and do nice a combination of all music from Glenn Miller to the Rolling Stones. So it's really nice to see the crowd and so on. And they respond very well to us. So it's fun to do.
And that's your band. That's your band, Sandy and the Wanderers.
Yes.
Give out your website.
www.sandyandthewanders.com.
Very good, very good. And Mike, you've been busy too.
Yes, I've been busy with a lot of different things, especially at school now. Our school concerts are coming up, but also we've been doing a thing at school. As you may know, the Smithsonian designates every April as National Jazz Appreciation Month.
That's right.
So we've been exploring a lot of different jazz things, and it's funny because the song that you did tonight, we just watched that video of that little piece from the movie in school.
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans with Louis Armstrong and Billie Holiday?
Absolutely.
And you saw the film clip of the original film where that song came from.
Absolutely.
And you showed it to the kids?
The kids loved it. Yeah.
Good. How did they like it?
They did. The younger ones get a little more into it, because everything is new to them.
Right.
The older ones, they're a little more like they can't wait to get out of school.
I see.
But my third and fourth graders, they really had a good time with it. They really
I'm happy. I'm very happy about that. And Sandy, what's your number going to be tonight?
It's a beauty. Many artists have done it. It's just an old standard. We're going to do the Latin flavor, Sway.
Very nice. Let's sway with Sandy and Mike. My guest this evening is the star of the show, A Touch of Sinatra, the life and music of Frank Sinatra. And he's here to sing a couple of Sinatra standards. Please welcome Donnie Fararro.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, I love you. You.
Donnie Fararro, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And Joey G, right over here. Let's hear it for Joey G.
Thank you.
Joey is the producer and writer of the show, A Touch of Sinatra. Tell us how that came about.
Well, it came back maybe about 3 years ago. I was doing a doo-wop show. Doo-wop is 50s music. And Donnie came behind stage. I hadn't seen Donnie in over 40 years. We used to work together. We didn't know we sang, but we used to work together. And I asked Donnie what he was doing, and he just got done with stage 4 cancer of the tongue. And they didn't give him much chance to live, but you know what? He beat it. And Hackensack Hospital asked him to do a little story about how he beat cancer. And he says, I really don't do stories or interviews, but you know what I do? I sing. And I said, what do you sing? He says, I sing Sinatra songs. So about a year later, I went over his house, and I said, Donnie, let me listen to those tapes. And he played the tapes, and I said, well, that's Sinatra, but what do you do? He said, no, that's me. I went home, and I wrote a story about Sinatra's life, and I put it to music, and each short story ends up in a Sinatra song. We started that just about 3 years ago. We've done a little over 300 shows since. Everywhere we go, they love it. Obviously, it's Sinatra. And by the way, it's Sinatra's birthday this year. He'll be 100, right. December the 12th, 1915 he was born. And me and Donnie, we do the shows. I do a little extra in the show. I do a little Johnny Ray. I do a little Dean Martin. You just heard him. He's a great Sinatra singer.
Donnie, that's a wonderful story.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
And you're in good health now, I can see.
So far, thank God. Yeah.
Thank God
so
for
far,
that.
so
yes.
good.
But I bet you've been singing longer than that, right?
When I was like 19 or 20, before I went in the Army, I sang a couple of restaurants here and there. But then I gave it up, and I guess women became more important than the singing. I don't
Really?
know. I got lost it somewhere. But then, like I say, when I met up with Joe, I started getting serious about it with him, and we've been doing phenomenal ever since.
So how many in your repertoire of Sinatra songs do you do?
About 45.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. What are some of your favorites?
Here's That Rainy Day, Nancy with the Laughing Face, the one we just did, All the Way.
Those are great songs.
Many songs. There's so many songs that he did. He did 1,550.
That's right. Very prolific recording artist, Frank Sinatra.
It's hard to pick out your favorite.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Now, this show, A Touch of Sinatra, that runs about an hour, Joey?
It's an hour and 10 minutes. That's one of our shows. We have another show that runs an hour and a half, which we do for theaters. We do a lot of theaters. We do the 55 and older communities. They always want a little bit extra. You know, they don't want an hour and 10 minutes. And got to mention our sound guy.
Yes, he's
Mike
here
Dellutri,
tonight.
Michael Dellutri.
Let's hear it for Mike.
Yeah, my brother-in-law.
Michael sets up all the music for us, gets everything ready to go, and we depend a lot on Mike.
He does a wonderful job. He really, really does. Well, I love all the Sinatra songs, and I know you're very busy. You did a show tonight before you came to see me.
Yeah, right down the road from here, about 5 miles, Macaulay Hall. It's a big Catholic place, all nuns and stuff, and we had a nice crowd, and they enjoyed it. They fed us and everything. Can't ask
Very
for more than
good.
that.
And do people ask for requests when you're performing, or it's a set show?
Well, they do, but we have a set show that we go by. Unless we're doing some special show for somebody and they want certain songs, we do them if they ask for them.
Very, very good.
As long as we have them with us,
Were you also a fan of Frank Sinatra as an actor?
Yes.
Because he was tremendous.
Yes. There were a lot of movies he was in that I liked. There was a few that were bombs, but...
Most of his movies were good. Now, this next song that you're going to do for us, All the Way, that was an Oscar-winning song that won the Academy Award for the film The Joker is Wild.
Yes, that's right.
And it was written by Jimmy Van Heusen and Sammy Cahn.
That's right.
And you're going to sing it for us right now.
Yes, I am.
But before you sing it, Joey, could you give out the website?
Yes, if you'd like to visit our website, it's www.atouchofsinatra. You have to add that A in there. So it's atouchofsinatra.com. Sinatra is Sinatra. Also, you can visit us on Facebook with just A Touch of Sinatra. Got to have a gay again. A Touch of Sinatra. Hope you come and visit us. Visit our website. We'd love to do a show for you. We're not free, but we're cheap.
Very good.
We can be bought.
Very good, very good. And you had a band many years ago, Joey?
Had three or 4 years ago, I had a big doo-wop band called Reminisce. We would open up for Bobby Rydell and the Drifters. But I tell you what, I'm enjoying the company of these two guys. And we do so many shows. We're doing 3 or 4 a week. And we love it.
Well, you have to come back again on the show, and we celebrate Frank Sinatra's centennial in December. I want you guys to come back. I want you guys back. But right now, we're going to hear Donnie sing All the Way. Let's hear it for Donnie Fararro and Joey G.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you all the way. Taller than the tallest tree is, that's how it's gotta feel. And deeper than the deep blue sea is, that's how deep it goes if it's real. When somebody needs you, it's no good unless he needs you all the way. Through the good old lean years and for all those in between years, come what may. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool would say. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way, all the way. So if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. All the way. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Nice song.
Donnie Fararro paid tribute to Frank Sinatra, and now I'd like to pay tribute to Bing Crosby with a song Bing introduced in the Paramount film Going My Way. Bing won the Academy Award as Best Actor, and this tune won the Academy Award as Best Song. And here it is, written by Johnny Burke and Jimmy Van Heusen. Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long, funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? Now a pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He has no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. Now if you don't care a feather or a fig, you may grow up to be a pig. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? Now a fish won't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool the people is his only thought. And though he's slippery, he still gets caught. And if that kind of life is what you wish, you may grow up to be a fish. Not all the monkeys are in the zoo. Every day you meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You can be better than you are. You could be swinging on a star. We close off our show with a song Bing Crosby introduced in the Paramount film Too Much Harmony, written by Sam Coslow and Arthur Johnston. Thanks for all the lovely delights I found in your embrace. I'm thankful, though I know it's ending all too soon. And thanks for unforgettable nights I never can replace, and memories that linger like a haunting tune. It is better to have loved you, dear, and lost than never to have loved at all. It is better, for no matter what the cost, I held the world in sway, an emperor for a day. And thanks again for taking me on the road to paradise. We lost our way, but still I must convey my thanks. Good night.